So, me and Dodds, right? We
Look.
play. Yes. So we play ball hockey every Sunday, right? And the boozers that we are, there happens to be a bar inside the arena, so we usually drink before and or after the games.
One or the other, or both.
Exactly. Usually, if the two games are pretty close to one another, well, we won't even bother leaving. We'll just go to the bar, get food, drink, eat, and then go play again. Now, the thing is, last time we went, okay, one of the waitresses was there, and God, I love her. She's fucking gorgeous. Every single time she walked by, I'm like, oh, I love her.
I'm gonna make friends with her.
But now
and show
the funniest
her this
thing,
podcast.
Isn't that you with every woman?
No, fuck off.
Just the
Not
just the
everyone,
pretty ones.
just the pretty.
Can
Exactly.
you describe this woman to
Now,
me?
anyways,
Nice
ass.
the thing is, okay, and like
You haven't described her.
I don't need. She's gorgeous. It doesn't matter.
She
Anyways,
has woman
her
butts.
name,
Yeah.
her name is Cinnamon.
No,
She's
Her
a
real
stripper.
name, exactly. Her
it's-
parents basically
It's Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Yeah, it's Cinnamon with a
Cinnamon.
Y. Anyways, her parents.
Cinnamon with the Y.
Is she Jamaican? Like Cinnamon?
No, she's
No, no, she's whiter than me.
Cinnamon.
She's whiter than me.
Anyways, basically, her parents just set her up to be a stripper.
I feel like they're
whole
both
life.
hippies, like,
Her whole
like
life.
free spirits.
Cinnamon.
Yeah,
Yeah, Simon.
that's just weird.
Oh, Cinnamon.
And on that note, start her off. I'm Adam, like usual. We got Sean, Brandon, Dodds, and Matt.
Like usual.
This is the usual podcast.
The usual
Between
suspects.
the
Minus
usual
combo.
people.
Yeah, well, Compo comes. He might come next week.
I've never been here with Compo.
No,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sean is almost has been here with Compo once.
Yeah.
Anyways, so who wants to start? What you guys been playing this week?
I can start because I actually finished something for once.
Finally,
For
a
once.
3-hour game. It took him like 10 months.
It took a long time. I finished To the Moon, which came out in
Finally.
2011.
Yeah, but you played it like a year ago and
Yeah.
halfway. You got halfway through a 3-hour game.
No, I got through the worst part of it. It's a 3-hour game. It looks like it's a Super Nintendo RPG. It's actually made on RPG
It's
Maker.
like 64 or whatever.
And the premise is that bless you.
Thank you.
Go to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. It's the premise is that there are these two scientists who are going to this man's decrepit mansion. He's in a coma essentially, and they plug into him, sort of like Inception, and they invade his dreams and reconstruct his dying wish, which is to go to the moon. Except he doesn't know why he wants to go to the moon, so they're going backwards through his memories
To try and
to
figure
try
it
to
out.
figure out what it is. And the first half of it is not that good. I actually thought it was
I like to interject. I think it was actually pretty good. It was story building, as they call it.
okay. It seemed forced, in my opinion. A lot of the humor felt really flat for me. I felt the characters were...
Well, that was the idea.
There was humor in that game?
No.
I thought it was supposed to be an
But-
emotional roller
But that
coaster.
was the idea. The scientist isn't very funny. He's just saying these stupid things, and the girls are like, haha, but it's still... The way it comes out, it's very...
It's like an
humorous.
anti-joke.
Yeah,
It's
it's very humorous.
I don't know. I always felt as though these characters are written. It never felt real to me. But once it builds its momentum towards the last 40% of it, so the last hour, maybe hour and 20 minutes, it actually becomes very, very good. It's very emotional,
Mhm.
and a lot of people said they cried at the end, and I actually was my eyes were
Teary-eyed,
misting
yeah,
a little bit.
teary-eyed.
You felt choked up.
Yeah, because it's sort of, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it gets to a point where you expect it to go down this route, and then it kind of
Twist.
it kind of twists a little bit in a way where you kind of would have originally wanted it to go, but then it sort of does anyways, and you feel like it's very cathartic, really something that you've earned, that the audience has earned, that the characters have earned, and it's a poignant moment towards the end where, to the moon, right? So they obviously do get to the moon, and anyways,
It's the journey that
it's
he
heart-wrenching.
It's not a
It's hard
shitty
watching.
M. Night Shyamalan twist.
No, it's I mean it.
All
No,
ghosts.
It's
no,
not,
it's all foreshadowing. It's all
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's not even that deep. It's just the fact that it constructs this kind of nice thing. I think it's quite nice.
Cool.
Although I do find it the ending controversial. But that's just like an opinion wise, like what they do in general, right?
Yeah.
They go into his memories and they alter them to something completely different that was never there to begin with. So it doesn't, like, they're essentially shitting on everybody else in his life before that.
Well, no, they're shitting on memories of them.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
And who owns memories besides the
well, I'm
person
just
who
saying,
created
like,
them?
the fact that, like, whatever is all the other people in his life, they're like, oh, they're no longer important to him in that sense. Like, he made those memories with them.
True.
All of a sudden, he's just like, nope, forget that.
But let me ask you something. If I were to impose the way that I felt that I should be portrayed in your mind, would you think of me that way?
Depends.
And are you not at liberty to reconstruct the way that you think of me in your mind?
Yeah, but
No.
see, he's reconstructing his own memories of that.
I'm not-
This is an outside party changing
But
his
this is
own
stuff
opinion
that-
on
this is
other
stuff
He
things.
that's happened.
consciously decided that he wanted this to happen.
But this is stuff that's happened. I'm not going to start. But it's like living with. It's like he lived his whole life with regrets.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, but
completely.
that's quite possible,
Yeah, I know,
though.
maybe, but it doesn't seem that way because he had all this. What's going on? He
I
wouldn't
see
have
what you're
done
saying.
what he's done.
Like,
Yeah, but this is all
if he lived-
perception. This is all perception.
No,
in the
no,
first
Just
place.
before we jump away from it, to touch on Matt's point, there's a scene where he's at a bar or something
Yeah.
with his wife and his two
With
friends.
the pickles,
Exactly. That's a scene where
Pickles?
it could have.
there's a lot of pickles.
It's a scene that could have been omitted from the game. It doesn't really necessarily serve a purpose, except for the fact that it is a very quiet, understated moment where if it's erased, it's gone, right? And that's a very touching moment that I guess it can be argued that is important. But what's more important to you, right? Him going to the moon or him forming these opinions, basing that he always thought that he wanted to go to the moon?
He could have just not forgot everything that happened before that. I mean, it just feels like an easy way out of life.
Well, Brandon, what have you been playing this week?
So I finally beat Pokemon.
We saw.
You finally beat Pokemon.
Yeah, it's been about 80 hours.
Damn.
I just like
I'm curious what you think about this because I've played all of the Pokemons leading up to this one, and I felt I was kind of disappointed with it. But you had said that you haven't played any of them besides Red or Blue or whatever.
He only beat. He probably played a few of them.
I played, yeah. I don't know. Like I found that I played each and every one of the games,
Mhm.
excluding Black 2, White 2.
Yeah.
Racist.
I played Black 1 and White 1. It's the second one, man.
Swear,
Anyway.
black swear.
Long story short, I played through all the other games, having only beaten Red.
Mhm.
But the other games I just skimmed through and just got bored of.
Well, the last one I played was like Pearl or something.
Yeah.
And I put in 35 hours in the first week. Like I plowed through. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Pokemon. Super addicted. I haven't played since forever.
That's
And then I just stopped.
that's exactly what happened to me with Pokemon X. I put in 35 hours.
Yeah.
Then school happened, and then, I mean, once school was done, I just put in another 50 or so, well, 75 or so hours.
75. Yeah.
Um,
Total of 80 something hours.
yeah. So, yeah, it was really enjoyable because I guess I haven't been playing that game too often.
Yeah. Are
Um,
you gonna finally start Zelda or what? Are you still breeding
still-
Pokemon?
I'm still in that Pokemon mode.
You're like a
Slave.
Pokemon brothel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slave
the
Dittos.
Ditto
I got
slave.
the Dittos as my sex slave, and I'm pretty sure you saw that on Reddit or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got I'm just breeding a bunch, just trading here and there. You can catch Mewtwo and one of the legendary birds like
Mhm.
Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos,
Yeah.
depending on what starter you got. So I had the water starter.
Yeah.
So I can get Moltres.
Mhm.
That's the opposite.
Really? Oh, you get the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But like, other than that, I don't see myself playing through it much more because
Well, you beat it, and
yeah,
you've played 80 hours, and the majority of that have been what, breeding now. And
yeah, just like grinding, trying to get other Pokemon up to par.
how many Pokemon do you have now?
Ones that I want. I have like 2 or 3 boxes of Pokemon that I want.
Boxes, what, 30 of them? 50 of
I
them?
think maybe probably 30. I'm not sure.
There's only a couple thousand Pokemon. So
There's
you're
I
almost
think
there.
there's 7 something.
And more, sort of interestingly for me, because you're playing on a 3DS, right, which is portable. Are you chilling in your room when you do this?
Uh,
Or are you all around the house? What is the?
I'm all around the house. I'm like in my room, watching TV. Like
You said that,
How
right?
long are your average play sessions?
my first play session of Red.
No. Your average when you sit down
Oh,
and play
just
in a
yeah.
given
Oh,
day.
3 days
Oh,
straight.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, I put an hour here and there, but it's like quite frequent. Like my play sessions like have limited breaks, I guess.
Okay.
So like grab food, I'll play, I'll watch TV, but kind of like watching TV in the background. While
Yeah,
playing.
you're just listening.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's like
which
when
is-
you're like watching a hockey game.
Mhm.
You can half pay attention, and then when they're like, "Go!" you look up and you're like, "Yeah!" and
exactly.
that you're crying because it's the other team that scores.
So there's a lot of that happening. I'll play in my room or in the basement, more or less in the basement because everything's around there.
Mhm.
Besides that, I mean, I just want Arcanine. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Arcanine, it's a fire dog.
I was
Come
obsessed
on.
with bird Pokemon in that game.
Why?
Don't know.
They're all
Talonflame is pretty
neutral.
cool.
Yeah, I found that. Sorry.
Aren't they all neutral? Fucking birds.
No, bird type. No,
there's
the
one
flying.
there's one that starts off as flying and normal, like all of them do. Then it becomes fire and flying, which is pretty badass.
Mm.
So that just came
The
out of
rain
nowhere
one.
for me.
Every time someone says Zapdos now, I think of the goalie for the Canadian women's hockey team because
What?
her name is
Yeah.
Zapdos.
Zapdos?
And I always think, or actually when I was watching them play, every time they said
Yeah.
her
She
name, I thought,
definitely needs
of
a Zapdos
Zapdos.
on her helmet.
yeah, fuck, if I were her, I would do it.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
like
all kinds of
Budai.
electricity on her
Yeah,
helmet. Yeah.
Budai is
Budai,
funny.
like,
Ned Flanders, yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't watch The Simpsons.
Wait, what?
No?
He de-
Oh,
It
but
was-
he's religious.
it-
He's
yeah,
Catholic.
it was his nickname from Junior.
All right, Daz, what have you been playing?
I haven't played shit.
Played shit?
I haven't played nothing since the last podcast.
Really?
Well,
I
that was
played
2
it.
weeks ago.
Yeah,
That's
that's
2
2 weeks. I played Tetris Blitz on my iPhone.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
why.
badass.
Because I showed up early. Well, I was at Joe's place, and then Renault was going home, so Renault was going to pick up Joe's, thinking to chill at his place because I had hockey. So
All
I
kinds
left Joe's, then I went to go play hockey, but I was an hour early for hockey, so I was playing fucking Tetris Blitz, which is a shitty fucking game. It's just bad. And all the micro.
How do you
Buy
fuck
more
up
coins!
Tetris?
Buy more coins!
How do you fuck up Tetris?
It's because it's EA. And it's.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to buy this power up, and you need
Yeah.
power up, and buy more coins.
But it's Tetris. You don't need power ups.
I just play like the one where you have to like get 50 lines down the fastest between like 4 people.
No.
We're talking about the Facebook game, right?
No, it's an actual
know.
app you can download.
No, have you ever seen any of those videos where it's like the fastest people that play Tetris? And it's
Robert
like,
Wong.
Insane.
It's Robert Wong does
Robert
that
Wong,
really
I'm
good.
pretty sure had a world record for Tetris.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Ray told me about it once.
Wow.
I have to.
That's funny. This guy we play hockey with.
He's Asian.
He's Asian, yes. Robert Wong.
We actually call him China.
China, yeah.
Well, it's just about anticipating, right? Because you can see the blocks that's coming up ahead. So you just have to hit down immediately.
I think. Well,
It's like-
that's the thing. The weird thing is about the EA Blitz one is it because your screen is so small, you can't really.
do it, yeah.
So there's a
No,
button to rotate it, but it
worst thing
shows
is-
you where it's gonna land. Like it shows a
Yeah,
hollow silhouette
Uh,
outline of where
Yeah.
it's gonna land.
It's cool. The worst thing is I hate fucking playing Tetris on a touchscreen. It never works properly.
Yeah.
You're always trying to drag it over, and then it never ends up
It's
going
just-
where you want. It always ends up being one off, and you're like,
Yeah.
fucking shit.
That's why this one you can move it like there's like left and
Arrows.
right, and you just keep tapping the screen. It gives
Yeah.
you different options.
It's so annoying, though. I mean, like, no matter what anyone says, touchscreens are fucking shit for gaming. Like, they're terrible.
You ever tried Call of Duty Zombies on a fucking iPhone? That's the
Oh,
worst
I
thing.
would
Now,
I've
not
ever
the
tried.
only thing that you could possibly do is like a light gun game where you tap the screen to shoot
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Rail
Or
shooters,
slice.
rail shooters are good. Yeah, slicing stuff. Puzzle games are fine,
Birds.
but any sort of action game,
The angry
fuck off.
variety.
Yeah.
Puzzle games,
Flappy Bird, man.
Lots
puzzle
of birds.
games.
That's not a puzzle game.
Puzzle games and rail shooters or anything on a rail is fine
Right.
because that is on a rail. Flappy Bird is on a rail. It goes straight and you just tap to move it. That's all you do. That is on a rail. Any rail game, any puzzle game, that is the kind of thing you play on a phone. Other than that, go fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah. So besides that, I was watching Joe play BioShock, the first one.
oh really?
Oh shit!
On an
Well, he's
iPhone.
got a backlog of games that he's been playing.
Did you ever play the first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
How is it aged?
very well.
Oh,
Oh my
of
god,
course
it's so
So the
good.
same thing as Infinite, except better.
Except,
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's more difficult than Infinite, which I find BioShock at some points is unnecessarily difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult for the sake of being difficult.
What's the big
And-
daddies? If you don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing,
no, the
sometimes-
worst thing is fucking Joe's running around. Doesn't have a lot of ammo left, and he has
Yeah.
like
Oh, that's
two.
the worst.
He's got one health pack, I think, maybe two.
That's the
And he
worst.
walks into a room, Big Daddy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
You leave
So he's like running around, killing it, like running back because there was a health station. So he ran
Yeah.
back, bought health, ran back, fought it, kills it. He's like, thank God. Goes to open the next door, Big Daddy kills him.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of that?
Vita Chamber, though. Vita Chamber.
It's almost like Dead Space.
Yeah, but then it brings you back to life. With
Yeah, it
half
just
health.
brings you back to life, exactly. So you just run in with your wrench, hit it a bit, refresh.
No,
It's cheap, but it does work. The only thing is,
That's
the
what I
thing
don't
with-
like about it.
the thing with Bioshock 1 is there's a lot of stuff that you would never think of ever doing that works incredibly well. Like your random mines or whatever like that. I remember seeing a lot of videos or a lot of things after I played Bioshock and beat it because I basically marathoned that game the weekend it came out and beat it.
Because it's
So,
one of the best games ever.
After a couple months later, I saw a bunch of things where how to kill big daddies properly, and you're throwing mines into them, or
Yeah,
like
you were in Infinite.
yeah, but it's like
Infinite, you get the rail gun where you can shoot traps all over the place. It's like that bitch is coming. I'm sending a line of traps.
Even though the
Or a line of
the-
bees.
yeah, but instead of having
Yeah,
to figure this out, had there been
Yeah.
any sort of information describing certain
Yeah.
things you could do, the game would have been like it was a very enjoyable experience, but it would have been a lot cooler had I known some of that stuff
Well,
was
you just gotta
possible.
think. Like literally, like
Never time, though.
half the big daddies I ran into, I didn't fight myself.
No.
I'd lure them to like a bunch of enemies, and they just kill it for me, or
Yeah.
he would kill them all and still be full health. Either way, it saved me the trouble of using ammo.
That's the worst part. It's like fucking old school Resident Evil games where you
Yeah.
have like 4 bullets. and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, no,
But
fuck.
then you get the Big Daddy terms.
Yeah.
The power there. You just fucking throw in a Big Daddy and he just walks around with you. Then you have 2 Big Daddies fight each other.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
That
like
was
it's
actually
like steampunk sumo wrestling.
That actually was a fun.
The
I
best
missed out. I
ability
guess.
ever.
Did you
Except
ever play the first one?
you didn't have
I did
traps.
play it. I
Okay.
played it
Yeah.
twice.
Oh, but there's all kinds of stuff that you didn't do.
The
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
one incorporated like you can
no
like
traps.
you can put a trap on the ground and then elemental it, and it
Well,
apparently
that's it, you
makes
can
a lot
mix.
of- Yeah, you
Second
can
brought the mixing. This
Yeah.
one didn't. Which
Well,
is
it's like the
fine.
third, like Infinite has all the traps and stuff like that, and
The second one had a better trap system.
Yeah, I found
Yeah.
the second one better.
I didn't like the second one.
You can mix
I
it
never
a lot
played it.
better.
I didn't like the story and the game.
Yeah, I thought it was.
They tried.
too silly.
They tried too hard.
I liked it though. It's just because you got to play as a Big Daddy. That's the best part.
Yeah.
It's like they gave
The
you
drill
like
was
a
fun.
teaser at the end of the first one, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, nice.
so Matt, what have you been playing?
You say
Uh,
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you'll be
Oh my
edited.
God. I'm gonna slap
Yeah,
you.
Matt's just no longer in this podcast.
He is dead.
No, I was playing a game called Toy Soldier. It's a RTS
Toy
You
Soldier.
mean Toy Story?
Toy
On the
Soldier.
Genesis?
Isn't
An
the game with like
RTS
the
defense.
archer and like those military guys?
I have seen. Aren't they like little toys, like plastic?
Literally,
It's
like
it's
their
a
little
it's a
RTS TD defense.
it's a tower defense. Okay.
Oh
I
shit!
have-
yeah.
But it's
I've seen it.
RTS.
TD defense.
Defense.
TD
like,
defense.
Toronto
Tower defense.
Dominion
TD
defense.
defense.
Tower
Anyways,
That's
Okay.
what
Yeah.
teams do.
Obviously, since it's a war game, it takes place during World War II. Of
but
course.
they're not toy
But it's-
soldiers
But
They
they're,
are.
They're little plastic men. Couldn't it
in
take
World
place
War II.
yesterday
No,
in someone's
No,
backyard?
it's
Yeah, pretty
during
much.
World War II.
Hey,
of course.
if Putin has his way, we were gonna have a whole new war to fucking base
Yeah,
games
with
on
the
that too,
Russians.
so-
That's true.
Oh, I think there's already enough.
All right,
of those wars,
anyways.
though.
I've never heard about this game. What's it on, anyways?
Steam.
Okay.
My
Is it
brother
like an
bought it
indie
a
game
while
or
back.
something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like
Synced it.
$15 or something?
I have no idea. My brother must have bought it a long time ago on a sale.
Okay, so you just decided to play it,
Yeah, I just saw it. I'm like, oh, finally, I'll try this. Whatever.
and
It's on the
It's fun.
Xbox store as well.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Never
it's,
heard of it.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It's not your normal tower defense because it's
You
have
said
a-
real
It's
RTS.
yes, RTS. You have your points where you can put them. There's certain bunkers.
Mhm.
There's different types of guns. You have your machine gun. You have your mortars, your anti-tanks AA guns, and you have something else. I forget what it was.
Okay.
I don't use all of them because it's very rare that you ever have to use all of them at once.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Have you beaten the game already?
Not yet. I'm almost done.
How are the graphics?
It's whatever. It's just
Super
normal.
cartoony, or is it trying to be realistic?
No, it's more cartoony.
Now they're toy soldiers, but
Photorealistic
No, but
plastic.
the toy soldier part is fun because sometimes tanks will have like cranks on them,
Mhm.
and you can blow up the cranks, and it does like crit damage.
so how is the game even portrayed?
Well, as it starts, it's a top-down whatever.
Yeah, but are you on like a giant like fake map of
Yeah,
World War
it's just
II?
a-
And
you're in a. I guess it's like a box. It doesn't show the box; it just shows a map.
Yeah.
But your main base is a toy box.
Oh,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
But see, the only thing I think of, and what I really want that has never
Army
happened, yeah, Army Men, yeah. You remember playing
Yeah.
Army Men like on the N64 and stuff like that? Those games were fucking amazing.
Army
They were
men?
so fun.
Armament.
Well, the
You don't
thing-
remember Army Men?
No.
Or your little
Yeah,
like
it was
little
all
Army Men. It was like a
plastic
third-person shooter where
Yeah.
you're Army Men.
Yeah.
You
But
go
the thing
around.
is, with this,
Yeah, you're
Oh
plastic.
yeah, I think
you don't actually control any of the people that
Well,
are
it's a
running
tower
around.
defense, yeah.
Yeah, but like there's some spawn occasionally. You can kill them. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
But they spawn and get in the way.
Are there any werewolves?
No, there isn't.
No.
Are there
Sadly,
any cold-blooded?
sadly
tails?
there isn't. But yeah, so you can upgrade all the guns, and there's only certain places you can put them. So you got to think about where you put them.
Okay.
But you can take over each gun individually, and start shooting at things, and you get multipliers when you kill things personally,
Okay.
and it ups your gold. There's actually planes flying around strategically, so
Planes.
yeah, so you can actually hop in a plane yourself,
It's like someone's
And,
throwing
like,
them across the room.
dogfight them, or you can get into a tank, or
So that
Okay.
sounds pretty
Yeah.
decent.
it's actually pretty fun.
Nice hybrid of different.
Well, that's why it's like a nice RTS a bit because it's like, oh, I don't have to be stuck just building fucking towers and sitting there waiting for them to miss
Yeah, you can do your own
because
thing.
they're fucking stupid half the time. I literally build one tower at 1st.
Mhm.
I sit in it because it's a machine gun, and I just mow down everything, and I just get the multiplier right away. Then I start from there.
Interesting.
What-
I really want a new Army Man.
But-
like
What would be the
like a good
opposite
one.
of a
There was
tower
one that came out for
defense?
PS3, but it was bad.
You're the
Tower
attacker.
assault?
Tower
Yeah, you're
assault,
the attacker.
Or the towers are alive and they're attacking stationary.
No, you're
units.
Revenge of the Towers.
Revenge of the Towers.
The opposite, setting out the people. You're the one assault.
I was thinking of something
assaulting
lighthearted, not like yeah.
Yeah,
I just
that's
picture like
pretty
a
funny.
tower eating a bunch of army men,
Yeah.
and then just Wilhelm screams in the background.
bases. Yeah, no, it's pretty fun.
My toys.
It's just funny watching them explode sometimes because they explode into like
In the
little
sky.
Do they melt?
pieces. No.
Oh,
That's
But
a
they
good
do have, if you throw explosives near some of them, they'll fall over. appropriately, like they won't get killed.
Right.
They'll just like get knocked over by the
Topple.
blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have like are their feet linked and they like kind of?
No, they're actually like
Yeah,
mobile.
like the army men.
They're actually mobile.
They
like,
hobble around.
people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see them and they'll shoot. They could shoot your towers.
So they're like mini figurines instead of
Yeah.
army men.
They're all green.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, depending on what team you're on, I'm like I got
Right.
yellow guys.
Tan. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the tan.
You got the Asians.
Yeah. Although I'm mostly France and like
Oh yeah.
They're
Americans.
several feet shorter, and there's 4 billion of them, and they're really good at math.
Yeah.
You're
it's
saying
good.
there was an Army Man on PS3?
I think so. Yes, but it's garbage.
I-
Absolutely
I-
garbage.
I-
Wasn't that like didn't that come
No.
out
Yes,
like with
3?
Toy Story? Like that's
Yeah.
why
I
it
don't
came
know.
out.
Well, like, it came around that time
I
in
thought
'99.
that's why it was. Like,
yeah,
it
but like
was like Toy Story's Army Men.
I
I'd
don't
say
know.
try it out.
I don't see that right now.
Yeah, it sounds like
don't
a-
see-
I thought it was on PS3. Yeah.
It's PS2
N64.
Nintendo Wii.
No.
Oh, maybe the
Well,
Wii
the
one then.
Wii.
I could swear there was a PS3 one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I
Maybe
would just
360.
try it out.
Yeah, try it out.
And that's
For
interesting
sure.
because you don't typically like. Well, you like
I like tower
games,
defense
but you
games.
have these. Oh, there you go.
He looks tower defense. Yeah.
I played Adams.
All right. Anyways, I can't remember if I talked about Dead Nation last week. Did I talk about Dead Nation last week?
No, we talked about
Yeah,
the.
you did.
I talked
You
about
did.
Thief.
No, you talked about Detonation.
I don't think so.
No,
Oh, you
because
did.
it was last Thursday that he invited me to play, and I said no, or last
Yeah.
Saturday. Or
Why
something.
don't you talk about Metal Gear Solid 5?
I will talk
Yeah,
about
infinitely
that.
better.
It's not.
than-
He should talk about it next.
I
week
will
when he
talk
actually
about that.
plays it.
No, I did play it. I beat
No,
it. I
we
beat
should
and
talk
all. I
about
beat all the
that
side
mission.
missions. Because it doesn't take long to beat all the missions in Metal Gear Solid. I played it
Yeah,
like
it's a really short
like
game.
3 or 4 hours. No, it took me 2 hours to beat the main mission in Metal Gear, like Ground Zero. Then it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to beat all the other ones
That seems like
together.
crap.
Well, like no, each mission is
Oh,
20
$40.
minutes. Each mission is 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. But it could take a lot longer. They're all on the same map,
Well, if you
but they're always
go like
different
John and
objectives.
start hucking bodies off cliffs, then
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Hucking bodies off cliffs.
Almost make a mountain, and you could just escape off of their bodies.
Nah,
hucking bodies like sheep. to
But,
the
see, the
rhythm of
thing
war
is,
drum.
it
Oh,
goes
that's good.
it goes into the tropes of like the old Metal Gears, but it removes some of the weird, some of the features that it used to have. Like
Like the box.
the box is not there, but I mean it's only a small little portion of the game, so I'm assuming they have to have the box in the Phantom Pain when it comes out. They have to, Sean. I don't know. You're shaking your head, but they have to have it. It's the best part. Okay,
It's fun. It's
the box is
humor.
the best.
Kojima said he doesn't want to put the box in.
Fuck him. He put them himself in Ground
I
Zero.
believe he was quoted as saying he wanted to step outside of the box with his
Exactly.
Mm.
Hey,
Anyways,
they had it
so-
in Assassin's Creed. Okay, they better bring it in this.
So they have like in one of the other missions, like one of the side missions, you have to save this guy that is an informant or whatever. Or like he was a spy, but he was in the like the bureaucracy part. He wasn't in the army part, and so he's escaping, and you're trying to pick him up off a helicopter, and he ends up being Hideo Kojima.
What?
Yeah, it's so stupid,
That's amazing.
so dumb.
I don't know what that
Like,
means.
I don't understand. Like,
You don't know what that
everything's
means?
so over the top.
Hideo Kojima is the guy that makes Metal Gear. Anyways, when you go up against like a wall, you can't knock on it anymore to attract enemies. There's no box. It's really easy to elude enemies, especially on normal. On hard, it seems like they just see you all the time, no matter
give you
what.
a gun. But then you can steal a truck and they just fucking don't give
They
a
forget
shit.
about
Yeah, that
you.
was stupid. They forget about you for the stupidest reasons. Sometimes it's really good, like if you're running around a certain area, but like you stay to the shadows, then the AI will still think you're over there, and you can like fucking flank them easily, right?
Roll them up in a carpet and throw them off a bridge.
Yeah, roll them
you
up in the
actually do
carpet and throw them off. No, you can throw them off cliffs.
As we just
But
never.
now the
Sean
thing
has
is,
a-
the reason why it took 2 hours to finish the mission that I was on is because I didn't know where to go for the second half. You interrogate people to get information, they kind of tell you where it is, they update your map. But I had gotten to the point where it was, okay, and then I took a wrong turn. Had I just gone left instead of right, I would have been where I needed to be, and I would have finished it within like an hour. But I went around the entire map for an hour trying to find out where I had to be. And it's because like they just didn't give you the information. I feel like that's the problem with open world stealth games. We have to find they're adding so many hours to the game for almost no reason, because like you're supposed to have dossiers of information when you're going into a stealth mission, and you're just missing half of the information, right? And you get these like ambiguous tapes that you're supposed to listen to and try and figure out where you have to go, but I don't know what the fuck I'm listening to. I'm listening to like people getting dragged around or whatever, and it's like I thought I heard a flag, so you're like looking for flags, and like it's ridiculous.
Like an idiot.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Oh, I think I hear. Yeah, definitely a flag in the background. I'm gonna look for a flag now.
And then there's like 30 flags. No, there's only 2
That
flags.
sounds
but
like the blue-footed bird out. South Vietnam.
Good thing I'm an
No.
ornithologist by
No,
day.
he's a CSI agent. Like those rocks that he's rubbing up against, they're definitely from this area of the map.
There's like a song
He's
in
a
the back.
geologist.
Now the thing is, Ground Zero is
stones.
Ground Zero is missing. Ground Zero is missing some key points to it. Like in Phantom Pain, it's supposed to be open world. It's also supposed to have a day and night cycle that's supposed to be, fairly realistic. You can even wait for time of day to do missions and stuff. Now the main mission is in the middle of the night when it's raining, but all the side missions are in the middle of the fucking day. What the fuck idiot does a stealth mission in the middle of the day? Oh yeah,
Splinter
sun's
Cell,
everywhere.
Fucking Sam Fisher.
Splinter Cell does it.
Every fucking mission almost. It's like, oh, they can see me. Nope, I'm going in. Wearing all black.
Yeah, it's like Dead Nation. Yeah, you're going around for zombies. Why the fuck are you going around at night? Why can't you just wait for day?
Maybe there
We're
was a
talking
nuclear
about
winter and
And
there's
everything's
ash in the
always-
sky.
Had I been able to wait for actual sundown and then go through the missions, probably would have been easier. I mean, they're all still very doable, right? And I'll probably go through the rest of the thing until Friday when Infamous comes out, and then I'll fucking plow through that. So that should be fun.
Reminds me.
What?
Yeah.
Infamous.
I was so
Infamous?
close to buying a PS4 just like on Monday.
Yeah, but the problem is now we're gonna segue into the discussion nicely.
Whoa, hold up. I was curious to hear before you move away from Metal Gear Solid.
I said
Would-
segue.
Would you recommend it to people?
No, for sure, it's fun. Maybe not at $40. I mean,
I would say definitely not at 40.
But let's all move away from money because I really dislike this.
I would say
topic.
no, because
People
it's
have
a
different
filler.
people value money differently.
things differently. Let's
Well,
move away from money.
Even without money, it's just a filler. They're just doing it to make you wait.
Yeah,
for
but the
actual
Phantom
game.
Pain might come out in like two years
Well, that's
from
why,
now.
because they're delaying the game. They know there's going to be problems with the game.
2 minutes.
That's going to be delayed for a lot for more people. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's just something to fucking throw you over for the next.
But there might be some value in it, right? So
It is a lot of fun.
Looking at it more in terms of its evolution away from Metal Gear Solid 4 into what Metal Gear Solid 5 will be, you're saying that it sort of takes away some of the things from it.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of it is the same. Like, it feels like an old Metal Gear game, but it seems like certain things are a little bit removed. Like, I hope they add like knocking on stuff to get them back because that's like a staple. It's been there from the
But
first
even
one.
moving away from that, I've actually played it too. I was playing it before. It just seems like it's
can't
a
call that
stealth
playing,
game
bro.
that's not from this era. So I've actually played Splinter Cell Absolution.
Yes.
Conviction?
No,
No,
it's
Blacklist. It's Blacklist.
It's Blacklist. Thank you.
Absolution.
Absolution.
That's
is
Hitman.
Hitman. Thank you. And it just feels very modern.
Yeah, well, because I find a lot of Japanese games are a little old in their design, and they're not really kind of moving with the times. But at the same time, it's Metal Gear, right? They're not. If they change it so much to the point where it feels more like Splinter Cell, people will probably like pander it for that.
It's probably because it's a Japanese game, so they're trying to cater to the Japanese audience.
Not even because the old
There's no
Metal
Gundams
Gears.
or tentacle sets.
And to move
That's
away
true.
from that, looking at it purely statistically, there are more people in the rest of the world than there are in
Yeah.
just Japan.
Yeah,
And
but
this is an international game, so I don't think it's necessarily just appealing.
no, but
to
it is not that because the fourth one and even the fifth one improves it so much more to be like a third-person shooter, even though it's still a stealth game. But the way they improved it made it more westernized, and a lot of people even said that when the fourth one came out, it was so much more westernized, even though it was still a very largely Japanese game. Anyways, continuing on.
Star Swipe.
Yes, Star Swipe. So the PS4, because of our shitty Canadian exchange rate, is now $50 more expensive.
Oh,
Very fucking.
Yeah,
kidding me.
instead of $400, it's $450 now. But we used to be getting a deal on it because it was worth we were paying $350 American instead of $400. So you should have bought it when you had the chance. And now, because you said you weren't going to buy it before until Infamous came out, and now you probably won't
I'm not
until
gonna
there's
buy
like
it.
a price cut. Yeah,
It's only
I agree.
50.
No, I
it's
have
only
one.
$50, but at the same time, it's kind of like
That's a game.
a slap in the nuts.
That's an extra game.
That's the
right there.
shitty economy for you.
No, but see, the thing is, does this mean that our economy is just getting worse than the Americans, or the Americans is finally on the bend?
No, it's getting worse.
Or on the rise?
Well, our
I think
dollar
it's
was
both.
too inflated for a while. Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. Our dollar used to be at where it's at today,
Yeah, but
We
it's
haven't
been like
moved.
it's been like 3 or 4 years that it was even
and
for
I think
a while.
we've been doing well since 2008.
No, but that's it. We haven't
2009,
moved very much.
yeah,
It's
I mean,
Americans
So
are
then
coming
it's
back.
Americans coming
'Cause they
back.
took a hell of a hit.
But see, the thing that pisses me off is as soon as the exchange rate starts getting worse, they take no time. They waste no time at all changing the prices to make them higher. But it takes like 6 months to a year for it to ever adjust the other way around.
Capitalism!
Motherfuckers. The thing is, the games are getting more expensive too. They're $10 more.
Yeah.
Instead of being $60, they're 70.
Mm.
So the thing is, I
And from
pre-ordered
now on?
Infamous. Yeah, I pre-ordered Infamous so long ago, when Assassin's Creed, when I bought Assassin's Creed in December,
They can't charge you more.
they can't charge me more. I'm still
Why
paying
not?
$59 because I pre-ordered it when it was that price, so they're honoring it. They're honoring it. They don't have to,
No,
but they are.
They have to.
Not necessarily.
No,
It's-
they don't
that's
have to.
the
Because
re-
there's a lot.
it's the retail price.
There's a lot of stores. If they misprint the tag, it says a lower
yeah,
price.
if they misprint the
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but
they're
then
just
they're not going to go. Oh, sorry. This
okay,
is
Matt.
the wrong
We're
tag."
arguing for no reason because they're actually honoring it. Okay,
I know.
And
no,
they're actually legally entitled to do that as well.
Anyways, since I did mention Assassin's Creed, there's a rumor that the next Assassin's Creed game is going to be about 18th century Paris, or set in 18th century Paris, and that there's actually possibly going to be 2 Assassin's Creed releases in the fall.
On Game Boy
Like-
Color.
Why?
Yeah, because they're just saturating the
Dreamcast.
market
No,
with
but that's
Assassin's
what's
Creed
supposed to
games.
be Samurai. That's what it was said.
No, but that might be in another couple of years.
No, they said the next game was supposed to be.
What
Samurai.
happened
Well,
in
they're
18th
lying.
century France?
No, because you said 2 games are
Nothing.
coming out.
The Renaissance?
Yeah.
No, and Renaissance was like the 16th century or the 17th
What do I
century.
know about history?
Renaissance.
Yeah, and they already did that. That was in Italy.
What the hell happened in the 18th century?
Oh, they're
I
probably
don't
gonna
know,
have some
I
like. Well, the
Well,
French
they
have
had-
some like philosophers and writers. They're probably gonna incorporate that into the
Harry
In the
plot.
Potter.
1700s?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not exactly sure what happened in the 1700s. It kind of seems like a boring
Wait,
period.
when was
It's
Napoleon?
in between now and the Renaissance,
When
so
was
Yeah.
Napoleon was
Napoleon?
earlier than that.
About
Napoleon was like 1600s, I think.
How
15.
about a Western Assassin's Creed?
Like Red Dead Redemption and
That's what I'm
Assassin's
saying.
Creed.
Oh shit.
Because you wouldn't
Fucking
do
do it.
anything. There'd be towns hundreds of miles apart, and you'd be
You
on
would
a
have no.
horse.
It would be set in the
20
States, and you
minutes.
would be a Native American.
So
That
it'd
already
be
happened.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Damn it!
They
Well, you'd start off the game and you'd be killing a bunch of Native Americans, including the character you were playing in the third one, and then it'd be this weird full circle of.
No, it's true. I think the Native Americans would be more on the assassin side, especially even
Yeah.
the third one. He was Native American, right? Because all the cowboy people would be for sure Templars.
What are you talking about?
We're
His
so
dad
in-
was like so American.
This like blunted insensitivity, us describing this, like oh,
Whatever,
yeah,
who cares?
it would be the
It's video games.
Well, video games about history.
Yeah,
Only
about
the
real
Asian
things that
looking
have
people are the assassins.
Americans did commit a genocide.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So do Canadians. I'm not gonna. They
Yeah.
got a lot of blood in their hands.
Everybody's
Yeah,
committed a genocide at least
Egypt?
once.
Egypt would be cool.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to do Egypt
Egypt?
for a while.
I mean, but I don't know too much about Egypt.
Like
It'll be
The first one?
Egyptian
Where was the
pyramids.
first one?
yeah.
It'd be a
Like,
300.
Oh yeah, that's
The
true.
first one was fucking set in
I
the
don't know. It
desert,
didn't take
man.
place in Egypt though.
No, but close enough.
Close enough.
India.
I
It
still
has
don't know
to
what
be
the fuck
India.
happened in 18th century France.
Huh.
I feel like a lot of surrendering.
They're-
That's just
A lot of
France's,
surrendering.
that's France's history in a nutshell.
It's going to be a lot of
Napoleon didn't surrender.
a lot of
He
cluttered,
should have
very
surrendered.
vertical buildings. Probably, I'm thinking
Yeah,
Ticket to Crime,
guns.
I almost said the Empire State Building.
the Empire State. Yeah,
In the
the
middle of
Statue-
Paris.
the Statue of Liberty.
Oh no, 19.
No.
World War II is not in the 18th century.
Obviously not.
Continuing on, Xbox One is actually releasing in Japan finally, but in September.
Oh,
At that point, why bother? Like,
so
they're taking an entire year to release in Japan.
Yeah, because it's the only
No one
time.
wants
Yeah,
it.
They're catering
Exactly.
to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Seriously, no one
They're
wants an
catering to
Xbox
the
in
PlayStation.
Japan.
I don't even know if they have any market.
There is a market for
Yeah,
people
that's
still
so
buy the
minimal.
Xbox in Japan,
Halo.
Really.
but it's very it's a small market in comparison to like the Wii and the PlayStation.
It's like in the North American market, except if like Xbox was like versus the PS Vita,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was the PS4.
Although I love the Vita, but I would still cry and find
Yeah.
that accurate.
I love the Vita too. I have so much problems with Nintendo 3DS's hardware.
Yeah.
You don't like
I
the
don't like
3DS,
the damn screen. It's crappy.
but the games are so good.
Yeah, they are.
That's the problem.
They
But
really
they're
are.
visually ugly because there's lines in between.
Yeah, really.
Like,
Wow, you can see it.
like when you're used to like,
terrible.
smartphones with this high like
High
pixel
resolution.
density
Yeah.
and like they're all 1080p, you get pissed off with these low res screens.
Yeah, but see, the problem is we're gonna have an entire podcast about how backwards Nintendo is.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that.
I'm Googling 18th century France right now.
Perfect.
it.
We'll find out what actually happens in the 1700s.
Not the 1400. You fuck.
Because nothing happened.
Oh, I
Anyways,
totally was mid-
so did you see that announcement? Sony announced their own virtual reality headset.
Why?
So, well, because
It's on the
the
Oculus Rift.
Oculus Rift is only PC,
Okay.
right? This is going to be solely for PS4 at the moment.
So a USB port couldn't just fix the problem for the Oculus Rift.
No, but they're making their own first-party thing. Apparently, they've been making it since 2010, so they've been doing it for 4 years.
So they say.
and
for it.
Dodds?
That's when they were discovering the Americas.
Yeah.
Oh, really? 1700s?
Wow.
I thought it was
That's kind of
earlier
interesting,
than that.
actually.
I
Wait, so
really thought
France
it was a
was
little
No,
behind
that's when
earlier than
France
that.
was fucking
Oh.
fisting Quebec and trying to
Oh,
get a
it's
hold
gonna
of
be
it.
evil.
France.
So okay,
Yeah, but you're not going to be going over to the North America.
Wait, let
You're
me
only going
guess.
to be in
Let me
Paris
guess. It was
or in
Montreal
France.
Studios that decided on this.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
Paulin Marois is the main
Yeah,
protagonist.
probably.
And you see one of those
Everybody
like
hates her.
those big like old school dresses with the collar,
Oh
the
god.
big
It's got this
like the dog
enormous
cone.
biceps.
Yeah, Victorian era.
Yeah.
She's just ripping down flags
Yeah.
and
It starts
burning
and
everything.
she's penetrating some English person. She's having sex with them
Yeah.
with her weird
Going a little far,
French
Sean.
vagina.
Going a little far, Sean.
She eats them.
Yes.
She eats men
Yes.
with her vagina.
Yes,
Okay,
the
let's
troll
get back to
vagina.
I
the.
feel like her vagina looks like Morbo.
Oh god. Morbo. Anyways, so yes, the screen apparently, like they never really talk about this when you're like looking at the Oculus Rift or whatever, but the screens on the virtual reality set for the PlayStation is like 15 millimeters away from your eyes.
No thanks. I'm out.
It's so close.
I
Is
don't-
it
I
your
do not like
glasses?
that. Yeah. Well, I don't want to see things on these.
You're not gonna notice.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice. It's like watching
No, but
the real life.
that's the thing. Because it gives
The
you-
real life.
The real
No,
life.
It makes sense because it gives you a better field of vision.
No, that's the whole point, right?
Could you imagine playing Outlast on that shit?
That would be fucked up. I would shit my
I would
pants.
never do it.
I would literally shit my pants.
He's on the. You just hear, oh! I don't know. You okay?
Malcolm,
I
so you're
shit
sweating, shitting yourself.
That would be a very unenjoyable experience.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
You have like vomit all over your shirt.
Unless it's
I
like
never
helmet,
thought about that.
it's kinda-
I literally never
Yes.
thought about playing
Oh,
Outlast with a virtual reality.
And
I
you're
would
looking
never-
around, you're just trembling. You're looking around.
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to move anywhere. Anyways, so now the thing is, they didn't release. Anyways, so no pricing was released, but the Oculus Rift they just released pricing for their second version for the devs. It's $350.
That's not bad.
$350
It's a
isn't
console.
bad.
I can
It's
almost
a
buy
console. It's a
PS4 for that.
screen.
Yeah, but it's for a console. You're buying a console.
Well, it's a screen with like accelerometers up the ass in it.
But
Yeah.
that's it. You're buying a console. It's a
No,
different type of
Yeah,
experience.
but now this is going to be an add-on for the PlayStation 4. How much could they possibly charge?
Probably
$80.
just about that much.
$300.
That's
I would.
too much.
That's way too
250.
much.
No, but that's what they have to charge because of the.
Yeah, because it's a
Nah.
1080. It's a 1080 display screen on your face.
On your face.
And,
on
it,
your
and it
face.
rotates with you. It's not just.
Yeah. No, but you need the camera too.
Well, yeah.
You need the camera too because it tracks it. It's like a
So-
package deal.
It's too much add-ons
Too much.
that
Yeah.
require
They should
additional.
they should focus their
You must
attention
construct
on the
additional
Vita.
pylons.
Focus
No.
on selling
No.
this. Yeah,
No,
it's
Sean,
so
stop.
amazing.
Stop, Sean. No Vita.
Yeah. There's absolutely no release in 2014 for sure. Like they said it flat out, not coming out this year.
Obviously.
And they also want to make dedicated games for this. They don't want to make it like just ports. Like they don't want to come out with a first-person shooter and be like, okay,
Yeah.
you can play with
but
the
that's
with
good because
the
they-
visual thing.
They can actually implement.
Exactly. They would make it
So-
for it, right?
But it sounds
The
like the
only
PlayStation
thing-
Move again.
Yeah. Well, it would be compatible with that too. So like
Wow! Now that it's compatible with the
Everything.
PlayStation Move.
No, but the thing is, like, they had like a
Sounds-
demo of a game where you would have like the thing, and the PlayStation Move would be a sword, and you'd run around and shit like that.
That'd be
Yeah.
pretty good.
That would be fun.
It's
I
gonna
would
be
play
like
that.
one of those really ugly-looking first-person shooters. Like, isn't this look amazing? No, it looks terrible. Well, you can move around instead of moving your nubs. You can just turn
Yeah,
your
it's
head
not.
around.
It's. I don't think it's gonna look like shit because the graphics are getting so much better.
And
It's
it's
like
gonna
those
be
old
a
arcade
condensed
games
screen.
you like duck behind cover.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a condensed screen on your.
See how much technology's moved forward? No,
Yeah,
not really.
From the
I can't see, I
Virtual
have
Boy.
a script on my face.
I feel like it's just like Sega's, Sega CD,
Sega CD.
and then they added the 32X, and then it just became this like pile of ugliness.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening now. If you're gonna add on some game, some peripheral, and you're limiting yourself to the amount of games, because I understand that these games are only gonna be made for the system, but like there's gonna have to be a need for system sellers.
Yeah.
Like it's too much.
What they also said was that they would also look into adding virtual reality modes for
Wow.
specific games. So like the game wouldn't all be played, but they would have a separate mode, a separate like little like almost like mini game, I guess, for that game.
Hmm.
That would be as far as they go to ports because it wouldn't be a port; it would be its own
Right,
mode for
right.
that game.
No, I could see it being interesting. I don't necessarily seeing it having legs.
It depends. I mean, they're trying. It's not necessarily trying to compete with the Oculus Rift. Oculus Rift is only for PC. It'll be interesting to see what Microsoft does because right now they have nothing for this. But Oculus Rift works on PC. It works on Windows. So maybe they might try and do a partnership.
Maybe.
I could see that happening.
Kind of a tangent here, but I mean, having not owning any of the newer generation consoles, and looking at the PS4 controller, I
Mhm.
really like it. It's great and all.
Mhm.
I I had a little hand-on job impression.
Phrasing.
It's a two-hand job.
Yeah, it was a two-hand job of the Xbox One controller.
But how is the Xbox One controller? Because I don't even know what it looks like.
The triggers are great. Like the triggers themselves, they have that feedback and everything, so that really works out. But the bumpers are extremely out of place and very unbearable.
Oh, really?
It's just that it's like you're holding the triggers and you have to like angle it really oddly in such a way that it doesn't feel natural anymore.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't have a problem with the 360 controller like that.
Mm.
Or I mean, PS3, PS4.
Yeah, but the Xbox One just seems weird.
That alone would be a deal breaker for me. It's
Oh,
just the way that
positioning
I'm moving my hands. I don't think I would ever get used to it.
It's because you don't play with the claw technique.
the claw.
Exactly.
You
I don't
don't
have a
have-
third hand.
You don't do the claw
Like
technique.
that pac-
cerebral
that Pac-Man.
palsy or something.
yeah.
It's like the best thing. It's like you save time because your fingers are on all the buttons at the same time.
All right. So quick shout out. Katamari is 10 years old this week,
I
which
have,
is.
I have news to share.
I
Oh
have-
yeah, you have news.
News.
Katamari news?
No, I'm sure you've all heard this already, but Arrowhead Studios is coming out with a new fucking Gauntlet Legends,
Oh really?
which is like the sickest thing ever.
4-player co-op.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's only on PC. It's
Oh,
not
really?
on Steam, but it is 4-player co-op. I
Okay,
saw it.
cool.
It's basically like a remastered version. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna have all the old like shitty like 8-bit music in it. But yeah, I was watching the release trailer. I think it's coming out in the summer or something.
Cool.
And it looks wicked.
Yeah?
It's my childhood reincarnate.
I don't know. I was never like I like hack and slashes and stuff like that, but that one was way too arcadey for me. I like a lot more RPG in my top-down hack and slash. Gauntlet was way too arcadey for my liking. Like I played it; it's a lot of fun, but I prefer the
Yeah.
RPG-ness of other top-down hack and slashes compared to Gauntlet.
Like Diablo 3.
Diablo 3 or like dark like fucking Jagged Alliance or whatever the fucking
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, I can't.
Baldur's
remember what it is.
Gate
Baldur's
for the
Gate.
PS2
Yeah.
or like
That was a
Champions of
top-down
Norath.
Yeah.
For the PC, it wasn't. It was like a strategy game, I think,
Yeah.
or a point and click like Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For PS2, it was like
Yeah.
dual like you run around and then you attack, and it was just like a hack and
It is
slash.
exactly like Diablo 3, as you just mentioned, on consoles. Yeah,
On
that's
consoles,
sort of
yeah.
what we like a little bit more, the cooperative elements. in
It
that.
does.
Yeah.
This one looks better. It resembles Diablo 3, but
Yeah.
it is very like
How is Diablo 3 on consoles?
amazing.
Yeah, I
On
really want
consoles,
to
yeah.
buy it. I really want to buy it.
I think I've discussed this before. My only beef with it is you can play 4 people on the same console,
Yeah,
which is
but-
fantastic. But every time you want to go through your fucking items, everyone has to pause.
See, the thing is, when you were playing like Baldur's Gate or whatever on PS2 even, both people can look at their damn thing
Yeah.
at once. Because when you played single player, it had the inventory on one and it had your character on the other side. So if one person looks at their inventory, it has that.
Yeah.
If the second person, they remove the portrait because who the fuck needs that?
Yeah.
And they had both inventories up at once.
Although, to be fair, Dead Nation does the exact same thing.
Yeah, you need to
Dead Nation does
individually do
resemble
it.
what I saw in the Gauntlet. It's just
Yeah.
called Gauntlet now, I think.
Okay, but see, the thing is, it's the same thing. Each person has to individually do their like equipment buying. Anyways, last thing I'm going to bring up is one person actually has 7 years later 1 million achievement points on the Xbox Live. Yeah, that means which minimum he had to play 1,000 games to 1,000 like 100% completion in
Wow.
achievements.
And the first ones didn't even have that many points.
No. Other than download games, every single game has 1,000 points.
I thought
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them had like weird numbers.
No. Download games have 250, maybe 500. I think it's 250.
A lot of
And
arcade
every
games have-
single game has 1,000, no matter
I
what.
don't know about that. I remember them saying there was like a bunch of strange numbers, like 600.
There is no strange. No, it's only 1,000. That was the whole point. They only had 1,000. Anyways, doesn't matter. Minimum 1,000 games
lot.
to
That's
a
lot of
completion.
games.
Like what the fuck? Like what kind of quality games is this guy playing just to get
Anything.
achievement points?
Anything for that reason.
Yeah, for that reason. But
Just download all the free arcade games.
I've
and-
seen
Yeah.
some people try to hit certain limits and they'll just play any type of garbage game.
I have
But it
10,000.
makes- you have 10,000. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Play a lot of games.
Well, do you know Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
The guy, one of their guys, Ray.
Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter Ray.
I know him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
he won't play
One person.
games like because when they play, that's their job, right? They play games for a living. He won't play games on his gamer tag, so he doesn't get achievements for them. Like if there's a game he doesn't want on his gamer tag, he won't play it just so he doesn't get an achievement because he feels like he has to perfect it otherwise.
Well,
And
he
he
only
tried-
has 100%.
He tries to perfect every game he has. Like
Oh,
he was
wow.
actually up there. He was like top 5 at one point.
Okay.
That's kind of an
Interesting.
odd way of.
A known person.
It feels like a this crippling phobia to just not want
Well, it's like
to
the PlayStation,
play
right?
anything.
Like, imagine trying to perfect every single.
See, I had
game
done
you
that
have.
for maybe a year and a half, 2 years
Yeah,
early
when
on.
it-
We became very like
When it
competitive.
initially came out, it's
Yeah.
like the first 2 years, like fuck yeah,
I mean,
trophies.
Adam is like that right now with the PS4,
Yeah.
but give it another year, and it's just like this is just
Well,
too much
it depends
effort.
because I'm trying to. I have the game and I'm trying to stream stuff. So at this point, like I beat the game.
You
What
need
am
a
I gonna
reason to
do?
keep playing.
I'm gonna fucking play,
Wait.
get the trophies until a new game comes out, right?
And also, there becomes a critical mass. Right now, you only have a couple of games. You can play them at your leisure, but eventually, there's going to be so many of them that your preoccupation with getting trophies is going to subside, and your preoccupation with playing everything simultaneously.
Yeah.
Eventually, an Assassin's
when there's
Creed
too many
with
games, then I'll
300
stop.
Feathers is going to come out, and
Yeah,
he's
and
going to
they-
not
no.
do it.
Although
But that's the thing. I'm
platinum
not
the
trying to
second
get a
best.
platinum, right? On all the games. Assassin's Creed came out. Tomb Raider came out. Both of those have stupid trophies for online. You need to
Like
get
Halo
to
3.
max level.
No,
Okay,
those are bad.
that's like level 60. I have to play like the fucking multiplayer for 30 hours. I'm not gonna fucking do that if it's not
Well,
fun.
that's it. It's like The Last of Us, right? You have to get level 30.
Yeah,
So
Oh
day
my
30
God.
in each,
Yeah.
one of each.
it's so stupid. I fucking hate trophies
And
like
every
that.
time
I
you
hate
die, it starts
multiplayer
over.
achievements and trophies because it has the certain situation has to present itself to you,
Yeah.
and that can never happen.
Like one of the trophies in Tomb Raider is kill some guy off a zip line in multiplayer. No one uses the zip lines because you die instantly. Like
There's
You
one in
play-
Halo 3 where you have to kill 2 vehicles with 1 laser beam. So 2 vehicles have to cross your path while you have the laser, which isn't in every map, and you have to kill them both at the same time.
no, it gets funny when you're in multiplayer matches and people are just knifing each other because they're trying to get an achievement with like 50 knives or something. Anyways. So Matt, what was your question?
Give me a minute. Okay, I know we've kind of talked about this before, but we've never actually gone into a discussion about it. First of all, what do you choose, CD or digital download? And then what's your take on this subject? in
That's
general?
easy. Like
I know,
disc.
just for every,
Like,
we
look
know
at
what
me.
yours is. Yeah, we know
Yeah.
what yours is.
No matter what,
But like I said, we
it will
talked
always be
about it.
disc.
But discuss why and
Why?
What do you
Because
think
I'm a
is the-
collector. I like having
So you're
physical
a
media.
hoarder.
It's the same thing with books. I would much rather have physical media for books. Yeah, but those are my parents. Okay, in this room in the basement, there are literally bookshelves of books. Like it's like a library down here.
Could there figuratively be stacks of books in your basement? Was the word literally needed in that?
Get it?
sentence?
Literally? Because it's
Yeah.
literature.
As a pun. That's what I wanted to draw attention to.
That's
Thank you, Brandon.
Anyways, so
Acknowledging that.
I prefer that because I like having a stack of things that I can actually look at instead of having, oh yeah, my hard drive's full. I have to delete stuff now.
It's the same thing in the end.
I don't even-
No, but that's why it depends. So let's go around the circle.
No, but the thing is, for PC games, I don't mind.
No, but he specified CDs,
No, that's
compact
it.
discs.
CDs or like
So
physical-
Blu-rays don't count?
I
No,
I am
that
against
is-
compact disc games.
What are you talking about? I was talking about
There's like
floppy
10
disks.
Okay, well, you can go with floppy.
1,000
We're
floppy
going
disks for one
FDs now.
game.
Anyways,
Yes.
Zip drive.
Physical media or digital download.
like I said, for PC, I don't mind getting downloads. Steam is very convenient, and they barely sell fucking PC games in boxes anymore. I have some. I have MMOs in boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I have SimCity in a box.
Mimos.
MMOs. Yes.
Mimosas?
But for
Oh.
console games, forever, I will always buy discs if they're available.
Huh.
I bought Strider digital because it was only available digital. But had it been available on a disc, even if it was more expensive, I would still buy it.
You know what you should do? You should export that onto your computer and burn it onto a disc.
That's true. And they have
Imagine
custom
if I could
art
do
that
that.
you can do. Oh, they do for sure.
Well, what about everyone else?
I used to also agree with Adam, and I think I do to some extent. If there's a game that has a collectible value to it, Atlas as a publisher, for example, most of the games on the 3DS that I own is from Atlas, and I just like to support them. And
But
I
you
like
do have some downloadable games, especially on
Yes.
the Vita, right?
on the Vita. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
but
I-
handheld is different though, right? It's
It
not,
kinda-
it's not
yeah.
the same.
It's like
It
the
is.
PC.
That's what I'm thinking about PC.
I-
It's different.
I feel that well, I don't know. With the Vita, I'm trying to. I feel that psychologically owning too much stuff now is becoming like it clouds my I don't know.
Clutter.
Clouds it does. It feels a little bit like clutter. So I'm trying to consciously move away from that. Even having digital content like on a hard drive, that becomes
Yeah.
like 100 gigs is a lot of stuff. You know, if you stop to think
There
about
actually
that.
isn't that many videos of porn if you think about it.
No,
Thank
it really
you,
isn't.
Matt, for 1080, 1080p, 3D.
No, it's
3D.
3K now. What are you
Feel
talking about?
4K.
Anyways,
With the
I feel
Oculus
that
Rift.
it's a lot. It becomes emotionally overwhelming. I have on my iPod, for example, I have 160 gigs of music, and it's
Do you
too
actually
much.
have 100?
No, I use it as a storage
Okay.
unit as well. I put files onto it. But
Point.
anyways,
it had to be said. Anyway,
it's too much, and I think that people, if they have the option to have, they will. It just becomes, and it's too much. It is too much. I'm rambling, but
I do like the way my Xbox games look in my shelf. And
Yeah.
a nice little
The green.
TV. Yeah, that is nice. But I will.
What I want to say is that computers have been digital for how it's always been digital distribution since like what 97.
no. There was
Like
still
2000
No, I
there
know
was
that people were
still a lot
downloading
of
stuff on Napster and stuff
No,
like
that
and,
wasn't
like,
downloading. That's pirating.
yeah,
It's the same thing.
slightly different.
It's
And no,
all
but
digital content.
what I'm saying is that they still sold a lot of PC games, or actually all PC games in stores until like maybe 2005. They started slowing down.
Yeah.
But that's because there was a movement with people and their computers.
And Steam.
Yeah, well, not
Steam
only
basically
that,
destroyed brick and mortar
not,
PC games.
Not only that, like you notice that, like people, people have been downloading and pirating movies and music and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So there was iTunes, there was other, platforms for which
Digital
you can
media,
stream
yeah.
or digitally download your movies and stuff like that. So Steam is just a natural progression of what it is.
I see what you're saying. Well, it's just almost a way to get sidestep piracy, because like you said, movies and music were so easy to pirate with Napster and Kazaa, whatever the fuck you want to say, torrents now. But now it's very easy to get anything on iTunes. You can buy just a single song instead of an entire album, right? You can get movies, you can get TV shows, you can get anything on iTunes. And then same thing, PC games are incredibly easy to pirate. So, Steam, you download games. It's incredibly cheap to PC game. Consoles, on the other hand, especially now, like the PS2, the PS1, very easy to pirate. Xbox, the original Xbox, not Xbox One. The original Xbox, very easy to pirate. Dreamcast was a joke.
Yeah, you
right?
burn on the CD.
But PS3, virtually uncrackable.
No, I know somebody
PS4,
that has.
PS3 got cracked, but
it was like it took like 6 years to crack it. 5 years
Well, I
to
know, but
crack
I
it.
know somebody that actually has one. And then after
Yes,
that,
but-
it's not that
You
bad.
can't even upgrade your firmware after that.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
but what I'm saying is that stuff was hard to crack.
Yeah, it's hard.
And at that point, like it's still a viable option to buy these discs because you can't just download it incredibly conveniently.
It's not only that, but like I feel like the notion of a console is to buy physical media. Like the added benefit is you could, if you want to, you can download online. You can download from our Play Store, from
Well, that's why, right? With the disc, it's
Xbox
supposed
Live.
to be able to read it faster, right? Than say you're streaming it offline.
that too.
Online
But the thing is, your console has a limited amount of storage.
Yeah.
Whereas your PC, you can literally open it up and stick it in
more
another
stuff,
terabyte hard drive. You can stick a USB stick in.
Well, that's
It's
why
very
they should be
Well, you can do it
able
with your
to
console too.
You can do that,
Yeah.
but it's not the easiest
Well,
thing. I mean,
it's very easy with the PS3 and PS4, Xbox 360 and
Yeah,
Xbox One. It's
they're-
more of a dickish.
Although-
Fucking the dog with that one.
to go
Yeah.
with what Brandon is saying, I think it's been branded differently as
Yeah.
being this physical entity that people go out and buy things for. And
Yeah.
I just feel that a lot of people nowadays are building their own PCs as well. I'm not saying everyone is, but there's
Well, they're
a
having
higher
them made.
percentage.
They're having them made. Because stores do that now.
That too, same difference, I guess. But like that whole fact of making your own computer, picking parts out and stuff like that has become insanely easy. It's
Well, that's it.
a
You just
joke
buy a
now.
kit, right? And then that's it.
Yeah.
Even then, and there's always instructional videos online.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Just like PC is just like a DIY approach to like making an electronic component.
Yeah.
Whereas a console, you don't have that option because you buy this console that's just like it's literally like a set-top box.
Yeah.
You put things in there like games.
Yeah.
Like just as if you were to buy a DVD player,
I don't
So
know.
it's like that. It's just the notion of PCs has progressed far more than consoles have.
I would be very sad to see a digital-only console or anything.
No, I don't
It's
think
not
it's going to
feasible.
happen. Especially with the bandwidth
No,
that
because-
we have now. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, but it's
That's
like the gaming still has a cooperative element to it. And if I download something on my Xbox, I can't bring it to my friend's house.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
I agree.
Same thing with I have Netflix, and I can
Well,
recover my gamer tag at my
the Steam
buddy's
machine-
place and sign into Netflix there, and we can watch like that.
If
But
you're
I'd
getting the Steam machine,
much rather have the DVD.
that's going to be. Sorry, the Steam machine is actually going to be.
Easier to tell. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
I
that
don't
would- but that's
that's
actual arguable because me and Sean saw a picture before or just
Was
earlier
it
today.
this?
No, it was a picture of all the Steam machines next to each other. 3 of them were small. The rest of them Look,
but I'm just
they
saying
either
they're
look like
all-
subwoofers. They were like the size of that.
I'm just saying they're all digital download, right? There's no.
Oh yeah, no, there's no disc.
That's
There's
what-
no
that's what you
input
have.
output.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
There's
It's just a
but
PC with a fancy
What I'm
title.
saying is it's easy to carry around, but that is not true
Oh, it has
because
nothing to do
3 of
about-
them are small and the other ones are big.
I'm saying it has nothing to do about carrying around. It's just the fact you said you didn't like a
Yeah.
console being digital only. That is literally.
No, but it's a
digital.
PC. The PC is already almost digital only.
Well,
Like,
kind
arguably, you don't need to buy a disc
Well,
ever.
Yeah, when was the last time you went to a store to buy a PC?
Okay, well, I have a few of them, but
of. I do as well. That's what I want
within
to
the
say.
last year or two, I
It really
did buy
depends on the
games.
game. I find I
Yeah.
got Final Fantasy. No, yeah, I bought the Final Fantasy Special Edition. I bought the Diablo.
Did you buy the you bought the disc?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diablo as well. I got the Special Edition. My cousin actually got the South Park Special Edition.
On PC?
No, it was for the console.
Okay.
But he got the giant carton that comes with it.
Oh, cool.
Some stuff is worth getting
Yeah.
because it's cool.
So you would be more on the digital side of things, Matt?
No, like I said, I can go either way. It
You can go
really
either way.
depends. Like if I want a special, like whatever.
Yeah, but
I
see,
missed my
then you have your limits, right?
the Blizzard battle chest, the big ass
Well,
box
that's it.
with Warcraft and fucking
That's
Starcraft.
it. I
and-
buy that kind of
Diablo.
stuff. I'll
Yeah,
spend
so
the
you
extra
would-
$20.
You would get the special editions, but so basically you're saying is any normal edition you would just buy digitally? You would have no problem with that?
Pretty much like all the Assassin's Creed, all the Bioshocks I've owned.
Yeah, but you play all those on PC.
Yeah, I bought them all on PC. Too.
If you're gonna buy it on, if
except
you're
for
gonna buy it
Assassin's Creed 2, we have it on console.
on, okay, but
Nice.
Yes, it was quite the difference, I have to say.
would you download it or no?
What do you mean on PC now?
No, on like PS3 or something.
Well, no, I have it on CD. I'm not gonna buy it.
Okay, I know, but
I'm not
at
gonna
the
buy
time,
it again.
All of my
Anyways.
music is still physical.
Yeah, no,
I haven't
Yeah.
downloaded a single
Not.
song in years.
Really?
I buy all my music.
Buy CDs.
Wow. Buy all my CDs.
I
That's
can't
like the
do
exact opposite for me. I'll download the music, and if I really like it, then I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'm with Brandon.
Well, all the music I have is stuff I know. You know?
Yeah.
Sean buys vinyls sometimes.
I have a few
Me?
vinyls.
Yeah,
No,
don't
he
you?
has more vinyls.
He has more vinyls?
I have
I
8
have like
vinyls.
3 or 4 vinyls.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
Dropkick
vinyl
Murphys.
I don't know.
players.
The vinyl player I have is
Nice.
not that good.
Dropkick
No?
Murphy sing loud, sing proud.
See, I
vinyl.
can't do that because I have an iPhone and I can't put a vinyl into my
Yeah,
iPhone.
you can. There's vinyl attachment.
Well, that's the thing is I buy the CDs, I put them on my computer, I put them on my music,
I have a
Yeah.
lot of
music playing
rippers.
device,
Yeah.
and I put the CD in my car.
So
I download everything in FLAC, and I actually have a FLAC converter
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
But you're talking about home audio stuff?
on my PC.
Yeah, but you have a DAC and everything like that?
No,
There's
it's just
no
for the
point.
music I download.
There's no point in the end.
Not really, but it makes the file a little bit.
And on that note,
Yeah, pretty much. This
Anyways, so
our
that's-
conversations
you
are
can
starting to
just
get
fade- you can just fade
all
out this
over each other.
conversation into
yeah. So,
And
anyways,
star swipe,
Yeah.
and we're done.
like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook. We're starting a blog very soon. It might be up by the time this comes up. Check that out. Anyways, check us out on the usual social media sites.
Weight Watchers.
MySpace.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers.
Everywhere.
We might
Chat
start a live
roulette.
Jasmine.
Live Jasmine.
No,
What's
man.
a live
we have
Jasmine?
some we have some ad space on the Kardashians. So
Check us out on chatterbait.com.
Nice.
My
Chatterbait.
free cam.
Tinder.
Yes. Nice silence. All right. See you guys later.
Can't forget Tinder.